Hello, and welcome everyone to Healthy Men 70 Plus.
Great to be here.
I'm Emily Johnson, your health and wellness coach.
And I'm Robert Miller, Senior Men's Health Specialist.
And today, we're doing a deep dive into something, well, honestly, it might really surprise you, but it has a huge impact on your brain health. We're talking about your sleeping position. I mean, think about it. We spend about a third of our lives asleep. And there's new research showing that how you sleep, the actual position, could be quietly increasing your stroke risk.
It's pretty startling stuff, actually.
So our goal today is simple. We want to unpack all this, really understand the why behind it, and most importantly, give you clear, practical steps you can take to protect yourself.
Yeah.
This isn't about scaring anyone. It's about knowledge. It's about empowerment.
Absolutely. And what's so fascinating, I think, is how something seemingly so minor, so everyday, can have such a massive impact. You know, I've spent years looking at strokes, and honestly, I never expected sleeping position to be quite this critical. It's a real eye-opener.
An aha moment.
Definitely an aha moment. It really demands our attention, especially, as we get older. We're looking at data suggesting stroke risk can jump up to 4.3 times. That's a 330% increase.
Wow.
Yeah, just based on how your head and neck are positioned when you're in deep sleep. And here's the kicker. Over 80% of seniors, folks over 60, are slipping in at least one of these risky positions every single night. And they probably don't even realize it.
80%, that's huge.
It is. Think of it like this. Imagine your carotid artery, right? That main pipeline feeding your brain.
Okay.
Imagine it being bent, sort of like a garden hose.
Right, kinked.
Exactly, kinked. Now, at first, you might not feel anything. But after hours and hours like that, your brain could actually start starving for oxygen. And that creates, a perfect storm. Microclots, blood pressure spikes.
Especially if you already have things like diabetes or high blood pressure.
Precisely. Or atrial fibrillation. Those conditions just amplify the risk.
Okay, that garden hose analogy really makes it clear. And, a bit concerning. So, let's break this down for everyone listening. We're going to walk through 5 common sleeping positions. We'll start with the, let's say, least dangerous and work our way up. And then we'll reveal the single best position for keeping your brain healthy. We'll get into the mechanics, blood flow, nerve stuff, so you understand not just what to do, but why it's so important.
The why is key.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay, position number 5. Let's start with one that seems totally harmless. Lying flat on your back, arms and legs spread out. That's starfish.
Ah, yes, the starfish. You'd think flat on your back is good, right? Seems aligned.
Yeah, intuitively.
But especially as we age, when you sleep like that, gravity does its thing. Your tongue naturally falls backwards.
Okay.
And that can partially block your airway. Plus, throat muscles lose a bit of tone over the years, so that effect gets more pronounced.
So less air getting through.
Exactly. Less airflow means less oxygen getting to your brain. Simple as that. There are studies, Stanford Sleep Medicine Center, for instance, they found oxygen saturation drops. Sometimes by up to 15% in people sleeping like starfish.
15%? That sounds like a lot.
It is. And Dr. Michael Chen's team, they tracked about 1,200 adults over 50. They found a 23% higher rate of transient ischemic attacks, mini strokes in the starfish sleepers.
The mini strokes, wow. And the link is the low oxygen.
Yeah, the mechanism seems to be that lower oxygen makes your blood a bit stickier, more prone to clotting.
Okay, so if this comfy-looking position isn't ideal, what can people listening do, tonight?
Well, the good news is the solutions aren't super complicated, but they do take a little dedication.
Okay.
One classic trick, sounds a bit silly, but it works, is putting a tennis ball in a sock.
A tennis ball.
Yep. Pin it to the back of your pajama top. It just makes it uncomfortable enough that you won't want to roll onto your back.
Ah, clever.
It nudges you to stay on your side. Another thing is elevating the head of your bed, not just pillows.
Right, you mean the whole bed frame.
Exactly. Put sturdy blocks under the legs at the head of the bed. Aim for about 4 to 6 inches of elevation.
Why not just extra pillows?
Because piling up pillows can actually mess up your neck alignment, which we want to avoid. The elevation uses gravity to help keep their airway open naturally. There was a case, Patricia, a 58-year-old accountant, lifelong starfish sleeper. She had morning headaches, blurry vision. We monitored her overnight. Oxygen levels were dipping dangerously low.
Oh, wow.
After about 3 months of this kind of positional therapy, including the tennis ball, her symptoms, gone. Brain scans showed much better blood flow.
It's amazing. just from changing sleep position.
It really is. And the numbers back it up, too. A big Japanese study, 3,000 people, found that just getting off your back reduced stroke risk by 18% over 5 years.
18%. Nearly 1 in 5 strokes potentially prevented.
By a simple change. It's powerful stuff.
Okay, moving on then. Position number 4. Another back sleeping one. The soldier position. Lying flat, arms straight down at your sides.
The soldier.
People might think, okay, arms down, maybe that's better. But you're saying it has its own issues.
It does, yeah. This one can create what we sometimes call a vascular compression zone right in your neck.
Vascular compression.
Yeah.
Sounds bad.
Well, think about it. When your head's flat on a pillow, or maybe not enough pillow, the weight of your skull can press down on the vertebral arteries.
Those are those ones in the spine.
Exactly, running up through your cervical spine. They supply blood to really crucial parts of the brainstem in the back of the brain. Research from the Cleveland Clinic, they used real-time MRI. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
They saw blood flow in those arteries decrease by an average of 32% in soldier sleepers compared to side sleepers.
A third less blood flow.
On average, yes. And it gets worse as we age because arteries naturally get a bit stiffer.
Yeah.
And again, if you've got high blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, it stacks the deck, creates that perfect storm scenario for a stroke.
Okay, so that reduction sounds serious. For someone who sleeps like a soldier, what are the main adjustments they should make?
The main goal is to keep that natural curve in your neck supported.
Right.
So I really recommend a cervical roll pillow. It's not your standard fluffy pillow. It's designed specifically to fit into that curve.
Keep the space open for the arteries.
Precisely. Keep those vertebral arteries happy. Another tip, especially if you're trying to switch to side sleeping, put a regular pillow under your knees when you're on your back, or between them when you're on your side.
How does that help?
It takes pressure off your lower back, makes side sleeping, which we'll get to, feel way more comfortable and sustainable. We had an engineer, Robert, 62, soldier sleeper for like 40 years. He was having brain fog, dizziness, his morning blood pressure was spiking.
Okay.
We got him onto side sleeping with the right pillow support. Within 6 weeks, blood pressure normalized. Ultrasounds even showed his arteries were more flexible.
Incredible.
And it's not just anecdotes. The European Heart Journal found soldier sleepers had a 28% higher rate of ischemic strokes. And for folks over 65, that jumped to 41%.
41% higher risk. Okay, very clear. All right, position number 3. This one, I think, might genuinely shock some people because it feels so cozy for many. Stomach sleeping, head turned to one side, maybe arms tucked under the pillow, the free fall position.
Ah, the free fall. Yeah, comfortable for some, but biomechanically, it's kind of frightening.
Frightening. How so?
Well, just think about what you're doing. You're forcing your neck into an extreme rotation for hours.
Like looking over your shoulder all night?
Exactly. Try holding your head turned like that right now. You'd feel it in minutes.
Yeah.
Now imagine 6, 7, 8 hours. Your carotid arteries, the big ones in the front of your neck, supplying like 80% of your brain's blood.
Yeah.
They get kinked. Seriously pinked. Like that garden hers again. Johns Hopkins did research using ultrasound. They showed up to a 45% reduction in blood flow in the carotid on the side you're turned away from.
45%?
Yeah.
Just from turning your head?
Yeah. Yep. Creates this uneven asymmetric flow. That turbulence can actually trigger clots to form. And again, age is a factor. Arteries get plaques. They're less flexible. This twisting puts mechanical stress on those plaques.
Which could cause them to break off.
Exactly. Plaque rupture. That's a major cause of strokes. The American Academy of Neurology found people over 50 sleeping this way have a 37% higher risk of carotid artery dissection.
Dissection. Like a tear.
A tear in the artery wall. It can be fatal. Stomach sleeping is really not something to mess around with.
Okay, that sounds incredibly dangerous. But people get stuck in habits. How do you break free from the free fall?
It takes a plan, a systematic approach. First, use pillows as barriers.
Like build a fort.
Sort of. Put firm pillows on either side of you to physically stop you from rolling onto your stomach. Using a good contoured side sleeping pillow can also make side sleeping feel more inviting.
Makes sense.
But here's something really important. Often people sleep on their stomachs because they have undiagnosed sleep apnea.
Ah, so they can't breathe well on their back?
Exactly. So getting checked for sleep apnea, if you suspect it, can be a game changer in breaking the stomach sleeping habit. I remember Sarah, 49-year-old executive, loved sleeping on her stomach. Ended up in the ER with sudden vision loss.
No.
Scans showed a clot clear signs of carotid compression from her sleep position. She became, let's say, very motivated to switch, became a dedicated side sleeper. 6 months later, her carotid imaging looked remarkably better.
Wow, that's a wake-up call.
For sure. And a big study from the University of Toronto found just stopping stomach sleeping cut stroke risk by 34%, up to 50% reduction for those already at higher cardiovascular risk.
Huge difference. Okay, definitely avoid the free fall. Now, position number 2. This is where you said it gets interesting, maybe controversial. The fetal position. Curled up tight on your side, knees to chest, chin tucked down. People often recommend this one.
They do, and side sleeping is generally good, but the tight fetal position, that's the problem. It has a dark secret.
Dark secret. Okay, tell us.
When you curl up too tightly, you're creating what I call a vascular strangle.
Vascular strangle. Doesn't sound good.
It's not. It hits multiple areas. First, your neck. Tucking your chin way down. Compresses both carotid and vertebral arteries at the same time.
Double whammy?
Yep. Then your chest. Being tightly curled restricts your diaphragm, reduces how deeply you can breathe. Less oxygen again.
Okay.
And even your legs. Pulling your knees way up, extreme hip flexion, can compress the femoral arteries in your groin, affects circulation everywhere. There was a big study, Harvard Med and Mayo Clinic working together. They monitored people closely, found that folks in that tight fetal position had their blood pressure go up an average of 15 points during sleep.
15 points higher just from curling up.
Yeah, with even bigger dangerous spikes during REM sleep. That constant extra pressure night after night damages the delicate inner lining of your arteries, makes them way more likely to form clots.
So if side sleeping is generally good, but the tight fetal is bad, how do you find the safe middle ground?
It's all about modification, not abandoning side sleeping, just loosening up. Key things: keep your knees bent, but not more than about 90 degrees, not pulled right up to your chest. And definitely put a pillow between your knees. That keeps your hips aligned, stops your spine twisting.
Pillow between the knees, got it. What about the chin tuck?
Crucial. Keep your chin neutral, not tucked down. Imagine you're holding like an orange under your chin. That's the kind of space you want.
Okay, the orange rule. I like that.
And again, use a good cervical pillow that supports your neck's natural curve, preventing that excessive tucking. I know a cardiologist, Dr. Morrison, 55, super healthy guy, had a minor stroke, took everyone by surprise.
Wow.
Turns out he was a super tight fetal sleeper, causing these big overnight blood pressure spikes. He retrained his position using these modifications. Blood pressure normalized.
Just shows how hidden these risks can be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And The Lancet published a huge analysis showing these tight fetal sleepers had a 43% higher stroke risk. Jumps to 58% if you already have high blood pressure.
58%. Okay, modify the fetal position. Don't curl up too tight. All right, we've reached position number 1. The most dangerous of all. The one you said kills silently. The twisted pretzel. Lower body one way, upper body twisted the other.
Yes, the twisted pretzel, or what I sometimes just call the stroke position.
That's blunt.
It needs to be. This one is incredibly dangerous, partly because people often twist into it unconsciously during the night.
So you don't even realize you're doing it.
Often, no. And think about what's happening mechanically. Your spine is literally being wrung out like a wet towel.
Ooh.
That twisting action compresses major blood vessels. The twist in your upper back can compress the aorta, the main artery leaving your heart. The twist in your neck strangles both the carotids and the vertebrals.
Everything gets squeezed.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Even down lower, that opposing hip rotation can compress the inferior vena cava, the big vein bringing blood back to the heart. Research from the National Institute of Neurological Disorders, this is scary, showed this position can cut total brain blood flow by up to 60%.
6 cellons.
60%. That's the difference between a healthy brain getting enough oxygen and one that's, frankly, starving. What makes it so lethal is how it messes with your blood pressure regulation. You have these sensors, baroreceptors, in your neck arteries.
Okay.
The twisting confuses them. They send haywire signals. Causes wild swings in blood pressure. I've seen monitor readings go from, say, 90 over 60 up to 200 over 120. In the same person, just from changing into this position.
That's terrifying.
It is. Remember, those vertebral arteries already make 4 sharp 90-degree turns going up your neck? Add a severe twist on top of that. You're creating multiple potential choke points. It's like trying to drink through a straw that's been tied in knots.
Okay, the twisted pretzel is clearly the worst.
Yeah.
How on earth do you stop yourself from doing that if it's unconscious?
Yeah, prevention here is mostly about modifying your sleep environment, making it harder to twist.
Oh.
The single best tool is a body pillow. A long pillow that runs the length of your torso.
To snuggle up against.
Exactly. You hug it or place it behind you. It acts as a physical barrier, making it much harder to twist your torso relative to your hips. You can also use regular pillows strategically placed around you to block those twisting movements. For some people, especially those who really struggle, there are specialized sleep positioning systems. They look a bit complex, but they're designed to maintain perfect alignment all night.
Worth the investment, sounds like.
Compared to the cost and devastation of a stroke, absolutely. Minimal investment. We had Michael, 67, retired pilot. His wife noticed he was sleeping in increasingly contorted, twisted positions. We did an MRI, found multiple tiny silent strokes he had no idea about.
Silent strokes.
Scary.
Very. We put him on a strict positioning plan, body pillow, the works, follow-up scans, no new stroke activity.
Yeah.
His thinking, his cognition actually improved significantly.
That's fantastic news.
It is. And there was a massive global study, 100,000 people, found that regular pretzel sleepers over 70 had a 72% higher stroke rate.
72%. Almost double. Almost double compared to people sleeping in a good position. The study authors called it, and I quote, the most modifiable stroke risk factor that nobody talks about.
Wow. Okay, that really drives the point home. Avoid the twist at all costs.
Okay.
So after all those warnings, starfish, soldier, free fall, tight, fetal, twisted pretzel, everyone listening must be desperate to know, what is the best, safest way to sleep?
Okay, the moment of truth. The optimal position, the one I recommend, the one I try to use myself, is the aligned side sleeper.
Aligned side sleeper. Okay, describe that.
Simple, really. You're on your side, but everything's neutral. Your spine stays in a straight line from your head all the way down to your tailbone. No major curves or twists. Your head needs to be on a pillow that's just the right height. It should perfectly fill the space between your ear and the outside of your shoulder. Keeps your head level, not tilted up or down.
The pillow height is key then.
Absolutely crucial. Then, your shoulders are stacked naturally, one above the other. Your hips are aligned with your shoulders. And importantly, that pillow goes between your knees again, thick enough to keep your top hip from rolling forward or backward, keeping the lower spine neutral.
So head level, shoulders stacked, hips aligned, pillow between the knees.
You got it. That creates this nice open highway for blood flow. Carotids, vertebrals, everything flows freely. Breathing is unrestricted, blood pressure stays stable. The science backs it up. Blood flow studies show this is optimal. University of Pennsylvania's sleep lab tracked people for 10 years, the aligned side sleepers. They had 47% fewer cardiovascular events, strokes, heart attacks compared to people sleeping in other positions.
Almost half the risk reduced. That is incredibly powerful.
It really is.
So for everyone listening now wanting to adopt this aligned side sleeper position tonight, what are the practical steps, the checklist?
Okay, practical checklist. Number 1, pillow height. Measure that distance from your ear to the outside edge of your shoulder. Get a pillow that matches that height. Might take some trial and error.
Number 2, mattress. Ideally, medium firm, something that supports your body's curves without letting you sink in too much or creating pressure points.
Makes sense.
Number 3, knee pillow. Don't skip this. Needs to be thick enough to keep your hips perfectly level. Prevents that lower back twist. Number 4, optional but helpful for some. A small rolled-up towel placed under your waist, right above your hip cone, can fill that little gap and provide extra support.
Okay, pillow height, mattress, knee pillow, maybe a waist towel.
That's the setup. Now the transition,
Yeah.
it takes time. Don't get discouraged if it feels weird at first.
Be patient with yourself.
Exactly. Don't expect to nail it perfectly the first night. Maybe just aim to start the night in this position. Spend the first hour like that. Gradually increase the time over days or weeks. Your body will adapt. And honestly, most people find it's way more comfortable once they get used to it. It's actually restorative. Many patients tell me within a month they sleep better, wake up with fewer aches, have more energy. It's worth the effort. The evidence seems overwhelming. It's not just about being comfy. It's really about survival, about protecting your brain long term.
Couldn't agree more.
Every night you spend twisted or compressed, you're rolling the dice. So everyone listening, you now have the knowledge. You understand the risks and, crucially, the solutions. You can make an informed choice. Your brain, your future self, your loved ones, they'll thank you for making this change. And really, the time to start thinking about it is tonight. So here's a thought to take with you. What one small adjustment can you make to how you sleep tonight? Just one thing that could add healthy, vibrant years to your life.
Yeah, think about that. And if you found this useful, if you learned something new, we'd genuinely love to hear from you in the comments below. Tell us, what position have you been sleeping in? And after hearing all this, are you thinking about making a change? We read every comment and try to reply with tips.
Absolutely. Please like this deep dive if it helped you. Share it with anyone you know over 60, a parent, a friend, a neighbor. You might just change their life, maybe even save it. They might be sleeping dangerously and have no idea.
Yeah, spread the word.
And of course, please subscribe to Healthy Men 70 Plus for more deep dives like this, more practical advice for living your healthiest life after 70. Thanks so much for joining us for this really crucial look at sleep positions and brain health.
Stay safe, sleep well.
Stay well, everyone, and we'll see you next time.